second gentleman that I would like to introduce is Mr. Dan Carroll. Most of you also, I guess, know him quite well. He's been in the community for quite some space. He really crushed it. We're friends in this community since more than 1 year, I think, that we meet and catch up regularly. And every time I meet with Dan, it's really inspiring. It's really helpful. And the way he's supporting in the community is really second to none. And Dan, thanks for being here, for coming today, for taking the time. Over to you. Are you still muted?
My apologies. I was talking and still muted. No, I'm very, very glad to be here, mate. Very, very glad and honoured. First thing I want to say is I'm glad you used a good picture of me, because for some reason Launch You decided to use the picture of me covered in mud. There's a picture where I'm plastered head to toe and I'm brown, and yeah, they decided to use that one. So I'm glad you used a good shot of me. So thanks for that. But no, I'm very, very grateful to be here. I pretty much second exactly what Justin just said. I'm still a relatively very, very new entrepreneur to all this. I mean, I've only been doing this now, just coming up to 3 years. And I'm still living these, not all of the challenges, but I've been through every single challenge that probably every person on this call has experienced or is experiencing. Time, financial, overwhelm, tech, messaging, everything. I've been through it. So is Justin, Steffen, everyone else on this call. So I think it was really good to kind of, for me to come out and sort of talk through my experiences, my journey. And like I said, this calls for anyone to be open and honest about kind of where they're at, because I think one of the biggest things people do, I did it as well, is sometimes it's hard to, especially things like finances. No one wants to admit that they're financially, or no one wants to admit that they're feeling overwhelmed or they're struggling. But this is where a lot of people go wrong. It's the best thing you can do is talk about it and get help and get support and be honest about it, because you're not going to overcome that challenge by thinking, oh, you know what, I'm not struggling, I'm doing fine. And then, that just builds up and leads to frustration. So Steffen, you've done a great thing today by doing this call, so we can all kind of share challenges and how we overcome. And I think this is going to be very kind of valuable and insightful for anyone that's tuned in today. So yeah, there's my little intro there. I didn't have money at the start. I mean, you hear all the time from people, Justin just shared it, I had no money. How do you then go and build a successful business with their money? Money wins every time, right? You've got to invest to make money naturally. So I joined up, and the day that I actually signed up, I remember I logged into my internet banking and it said £270 available. And I thought, right, is spending £170 of that on this education the wisest decision to do? No, it's probably not. I knew I had money coming in for some jobs, and I knew I was going to get paid at the end of the month. And I thought, you know what, this opportunity is too good to pass by. I'm gonna buy it and invest. And going through the training, kind of learning how the process works. Okay, I've got to advertise. Do I want to do organic? I want to do paid. Or I want to do paid. I want out my job as quick as possibly can. And in the back of my mind, I thought, well, I'm gonna have to start paying for ads, but where's this money coming from? I haven't got it. And I kind of very quickly came to the realization of like, oh crap, I need money to invest. I've got to spend on these ads, but I don't have a lot of money. And I was working out what I had at the end of the month, and I thought, right, if I cut back on that and cut back on that, I could probably afford a couple of £100. Now, going through my journey, I mean, what Justin done is just phenomenal. Like I said, committing to getting resourceful, finding the solution, investing. That's how Justin was able to crush it in months of starting, and a lot of other affiliates done that. For me, my journey will probably resonate with a lot of people on this call and in this community. I was telling myself in my mind, what I don't have financially, I'm going to make up for with commitment. I will find another way of doing it. So when you said about, okay, look, I've got subscribers there, I've got people that I can connect with and build a business with. That was kind of where I was. I was like, right, I'm going to start advertising. I'm going to advertise on a small budget. My first ad went on £2 a day. I thought that's all that I didn't want to go in crazy and spend money on ads that I didn't know how it worked. So I thought, right, I'll start on £2 a day. And that's what I did. And I started, and a lead dropped in. I thought, wow. Then another one dropped in, and another one, and another one. And I got better at my messaging, and I just kept going. And it got to a point, I think I was 2 or 3 months in, I'd made a handful of sales, nothing fantastic, bunch of leads. And I thought, right, how do I go from where I am to where I want to be? I need to upgrade, because I want that coaching like you did, Lola. I want that one-to-one. And I really want to kind of do well at this. I don't just want to just do okay. I really want to succeed, so I'm going to get some coaching. But again, I couldn't afford it. So I thought, what do I need to do? Well, I need to get resourceful. So I then kind of thought, right, well, I haven't got the money to upgrade right now, but what have I got? Well, I've got skills that I've already learned. I've got an email list of people that I can already connect with. And I spent the time learning my messaging, talking to people, creating emails that convert, and really kind of build that relationship with my list. Sales started coming in, more sales started coming in, started trying to provide value. And I really struggled with how to give value. That was something I spent quite a few weeks on. And once I learned it, how to provide value to your list, more people started buying and buying. And then upgrades started coming in. And I was like, wow, I'm now covered my advertising spend. Do you know what I mean? I've now got people coming in that are investing in themselves. I've now got the money now to invest in advertising. So I did it backwards, essentially. Now, if you ask anybody in the launching community, they will always say, the example I like to use is saying to yourself, I'm going to upgrade once I've made the money, is backwards thinking. It's like saying, right, I'm going to eat clean when I get 6-pack abs, but you need to eat clean to get 6-pack abs. But I still was quite early on. I was quite naive. I thought, right, no, I want to make the money, then upgrade. Started getting some sales coming in, upgrades started coming in, and something just hit me like a brick. And I thought, I've got to invest in myself. I've got to get resourceful. What can I do? So I found a way, and I borrowed a little bit of money, done some extra work, got some extra money, put some of my upgrade money aside, and I invested and upgraded. But again, just because I upgraded, although money wins every time, work's still required. Do you mean, as you know, you can upgrade and you can invest in yourself, but it's no good if you don't listen. It's no good if you don't implement what you learn. So, and you have to commit. So I upgraded, and I went through some sort of high level workshops with Justin, and really kind of learned the art of the story and storytelling and the power of story and all that kind of stuff. And I went away and I shot some content off the back of that, and my business went from here. It just shot up. Literally, it blew my mind how quick sales and leads started coming in once I'd learned how to do things properly. So yeah, and obviously I am where I am now, but that's my kind of journey. I did it the slow way. I didn't have the money to throw thousands into advertising, and as most of you will know, money wins every time. If you've got guy number A and guy number B, and guy number B throws 5,000 into advertising and guy number A throws 100, who's going to get data and results quicker? It's guy number 2, because he's going to get data naturally faster. But does that mean he's going to win? Not necessarily. Do you know what I mean? Because it's down to commitment and learning. So that's kind of where I am. I did it the slow way, but I wouldn't change how I did it, because I did kind of what you did, Lauren. I took the time and learned and kind of just reinvested what I could, and kind of grew every month. So I am living proof. If you start on a £2 a day budget, it can be done. Or even if you have money, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful. You've got to commit and sort of learn the process, and it will happen for you. So yeah, that's my kind of story, starting with no budget.